We've just experienced the death of Ariel Sharon, former Prime Minister of Israel, who spent 8 years in a vegetative state in a coma after a massive stroke. I wrote a piece for the Forward just trying to raise the issue of what this means and that there are other ways to die, and questioning the whole way in which we have this expectation that we're going to try to do everything we can for our loved ones to keep them alive as long as possible, no matter what. And in my life, we chose a different path for my parents, both of whom had hospice care at the end and died in their beds. And this has caused a lot of conversation among people, and certainly as women, as wives and daughters and friends and caregivers, we sometimes are the ones that have to make these decisions.
Well, I think it's a really difficult conversation to have with family members. I mean, I certainly haven't had very practical conversations about this with my parents yet. I know my mother has expressed thoughts in a more joking way, but I do think that it's a very complicated issue because it depends on what you think life is. You know, as medicine advances, there are more possibilities for ways of hanging on.
We're all going to have to face these issues because technology, I fear, has gotten ahead of God.
Yes.
And
I mean, I'm big on technology. We all have advanced lifespans and, aren't dealing with smallpox because of it. And amongst other things, being able to tweet whatever we think. We can tweet our living well.
I think a challenge in the conversation is the belief that these decisions even can be made in a kind of sequential, planful way, which is just not always the case. I mean, so often, I think family members are in the position of feeling that they're playing God, right? And that is a very, very hard position to be in. Do you think that your elderly father should continue this kind of treatment or not? And it's not like the doctors are sitting there with a calculator that says, because it's going to be 78% chance they're going to live another 6 weeks and be happy, or here's the alternative, 22% or whatever. I mean, really, so much of this is a gray area, and I think that there's an opportunity for spiritual leadership, absolutely, to help people clarify what it is that's important to them as they near the end of their lives and as they watch family members near the end of their lives. And there's also an opportunity for communities to come together around these kinds of issues.